see me fine? What's there? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it Superman? No. It's a drone. What's a drone? Are we gonna die? Don't panic. A drone is simply a UAV, unmanned aerial vehicle, which makes it basically an airplane without a pilot, controlled remote. Aviation has came a long way since December 17, 1903. That day, two brothers, famously known as the Wright brothers, flew the first airplane for 59 seconds. Now, 1 minute may not mean much to most people, but that 1 minute was revolutionary, because that 1 minute was followed by Charles Lindbergh and the Spirit of St. Louis across the Atlantic Ocean. Then Amelia Earhart, who was the first woman pilot. And finally, the 21st century, we come to drones. Now, some of you may have heard of drones used to survey the enemy on the battlefield or snipe out targets. But now, the drone is coming home. And when it's coming home, it's causing problems. Which brings us to today's question. What can the FAA do to prevent drone collisions with civilian aircraft? There are three things the FAA can do, and it will help solve this problem. First, create a no-fly zone for drones over busy airports. Then, require drones to have something called a transponder. And finally, teach people how to use drones and require them to have licenses. So first, create no-fly zones over busy airports. Drones don't fly high. The normal cruising altitude for a passenger aircraft is 35,000 feet. You're not going to find a drone that high. According to the FAA, drones usually fly at 700 feet. This is about when an airplane is taking off and landing, two of the most dangerous parts of a flight. And so drones are being flown near airports, which is threatening civilians on these airplanes. According to the Huffington Post, at the world's busiest airport, the London Heathrow, a quadricopter nearly missed a passenger plane taking off. This endangered those people's lives. According to Craig Whitlaw from the Washington Post, creating no-fly zones over airports will help keep passengers safe. Drones shouldn't be flying where real aircraft are flying. Next, require all drones to have transponders. What is a transponder? According to how stuff works, a transponder is a device which sends out a signal when it receives an interrogative signal. This means when somebody calls the transponder, they'll send back a signal. Why is this important? Planes are equipped with radar, but this radar isn't useful in detecting small drones the size of birds. It's useful in detecting large aircraft. So we need this device. Many users don't want to put on transponders because it adds weight and it uses electricity, but it's a small price to pay for the safety of passengers. Finally, we must educate the public on how to fly drones and require drone keepers to have licenses. Ever hear the saying, the pen is mightier than the sword? Instead of stopping drones completely, we have to educate people. Teach them how to fly drones. Do you think people driving on roads would be as safe as they are now without driving school? No. We must tell people who fly drones, teach them where to fly them and how to fly them. We must also require them to have licenses to prove that they aren't reckless and they won't endanger ordinary civilians' lives. Drones are amazing. I hope to own one myself. They're great to take pictures of scenic views. They're awesome just as a hobby, to have fun. But fun is only good in the right and safe way. Thank you.